How you doing, guys? Yes, it's me, Judge Ray. I'm your host. Back we're here with debating Woes. Talk. I know one of the things that people say. Well, where you been, Dre? Yeah, I'm a little rusty getting the show started. It's been a while. Been busy. Been doing a lot of things that's been really going on lately. So it's really hard to have time to do any shows. What I'm gonna do, give me one sec here. I have to set up that's actually a little bit rusty now. What we're gonna do, let's see. All right, we're gonna move that up over here. It's been a while, it's been a while. I'll go ahead and get the link ready. Other than that, how's it going out there, guys? Ready? You guys can join the show. Hopefully we don't have any BS. I figure I've been gone long enough. There shouldn't be any more drama after all that. I'm pretty sure you guys have calmed down after that. I haven't been around the YouTube world, so I don't really know what's going on. Hate to say, really don't care. We talk about really issues with anger, because one of the reasons why I haven't been around is because I noticed that, hey, things were just going downhill. Mostly all people were doing were sitting around talking about each other. I mean, we weren't sitting up here trying to do anything or become friend disagreement about any little thing, and all of a sudden they couldn't be friends anymore. And that's one thing I don't understand. I didn't never want to be involved with that mess. Hopefully people can get over things. You know, like I said, I do a show where we talk about different points of views, different ideas. I mean, I'm not going to be one of those ones that sit up here. If you have an opinion about me and you feel, hey, you know, Dre, we think you're wrong with that, you're allowed to do that, because technically, I mean, you're allowed to have an opinion. We're not going to fault you here for having an opinion. That's one thing we've never done here on the show. And I'll get back to rules. What one thing we're not going to do? No talking about other motherfuckers on the show. That's what it is. Okay. No talking about other people on the show. No talking about Theo. How's it going? Yeah, it's been a minute. I'll go ahead and add you now. If anybody wants to be added, just go ahead and say, and I'll go ahead and add you to the show. But later I want to talk about one reason why I've been gone. If the people who don't know, my grandmother actually passed away. So she passed away, and I said that after, you know, she was gone, that I was going to stop being a nice guy. I was going to stop being so nice, stop being to the point to where just finally, you know, where, oh, you know what, give people a piece of my mind, hurt people's feelings, stuff like that. Go back to the old person I used to be. Now, people sit up here and look and say, well, shit, nah, this nigga think that he's just better than someone or this, that, and the other because he don't get mad. No, I used to actually get mad, actually too much. Did a life change and adapted some morals where no matter what someone did to me, I wouldn't do certain things, because I've always been told is, if someone does something to you, even though you don't do that type of shit and you do the same thing, then technically that shows that you don't have anything to stand on, because you don't have any morals for yourself. So that's one reason why fly how it is, but that's what it is. So how you doing there, Theo? How you say, it's been a minute. Did you guys miss me? I know I missed you guys. Lately, I've been working on a couple of houses here, and that's one thing is I just wrapped up on one and arguing with some other people on another. Talk about it. Everybody sit up there and say, when everybody comes out there and all this bullshit stress is coming from every different direction, then motherfuckers will try to test you. You know, and I'm just surprised. I say the one thing is, my grandmother, she would be happy because she can say, you know, grandson, I always told you that, you know, they're gonna be ignorant motherfuckers, and just because they act that way doesn't mean you should act that way. And that doesn't excuse your actions, no matter what they do. I said, if they don't come and put your hands on you, then, you know what I mean, you really don't have anything to do. Until they face or swinging on you, you have nothing else to say. I miss you guys too. I can say that. I said, only thing I say, I don't miss all the drama that used to be going on. Hopefully that's all died down now, and you all guys have learned to get along. You know, like I said, who knows? I'll go ahead and put the link out there if anybody wants to join. I see we got a couple people here. This is the first show in Woes, and I didn't advertise it, so I'm even surprised that anybody's here. And thank you, Mr. Fairplay. I appreciate it. What have I missed, guys? Have anything? Yeah, you're right. Well, unfortunately, there'll always be people out there that have something to say. And I mean, I don't mind an opinion that's different than mine. I mean, that's what makes the world go round. You may not change my mind, but you may adapt and may change or alter the way I may do something because I may take your opinion into consideration. I thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Here's a question. What do you like about my show compared to other shows here? What do you see here that you don't get in other places? Yeah. To learn how to put the chat up there so actually people can see the chat later on. I see already as we got Trump as a new president coming on. Many people think, oh shit, you know, are we gonna sit up here and go through a lot of shit because we got this man as our president? Hopefully not, I'll say that. I do admit I don't like some of his cabinet members that he is choosing. What do you mean something's wrong? No, I added you guys. Let's see. That means you should be in there. I actually added you. Yeah, I'm still the same old person. You don't have to worry about that. We're not going. Our show will never go to that. We're not going to go on to that. We're going to actually debate about opinions. You know what I mean? Your opinion and your point of view is always going to be talked about here. We're not going to talk about you personally. And point of view, those will be attacked here because that's just see if can hold up the scrutiny. And I feel that's always the best. Because that way, you know, hey, well, you know, if that's a good point of view right there, and I think you should do things this way, this, that, and the other, you know, then what do you say? You know what? I don't think you should do that. That's why we have this show this way. Right. Yeah, that's true. Everyone brings something unique to the table. That's true, Mr. Fairplay. That's true. That's true. Let's see. Let's see if I remember. I'll go ahead and put the link up here. I figure doesn't look like we got the trolls and stuff here. Hopefully we won't have no problem. There's a link in the chat room there. If you want to join the show, you can join the show right there. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's see. What is it doing? It's got me in 2 calls. Someone said they tried to join. Let's see. Someone says they tried to join. I don't know. Unless they've changed anything, I don't know. Well, how you doing, Lethal?
Long time no see, brother.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. How's it going?
It's going good, man. Good to see you, man. After, you know, that unfortunate incident, man. I hope you guys are doing better up there.
I mean, like I said, I'm not even gonna lie. The worst thing I can say, yeah, damn, you know, the worst thing I can say is that you sit here having someone around. You used to, you get into certain habits. You
Yeah.
get into habits of calling home from work, and you know it's going to be there.
Right.
And, you sit there and say, well, wow, sometimes I even pick up the phone, and it's like, I got to call and check on grandma. And it's like, well, I don't have to call and check on grandma.
Yeah.
And you,
I
you look
guess
around. It's difficult, man. I mean, it's really
I know it's
hard.
got to be hard living there and seeing all the memories and stuff.
Oh, definitely. I mean, every day is something. And I mean, hey, I thought that I'd have problems with other family members because, it seemed like, I say death brings out the worst in
Oh
people. I mean,
yeah.
literally, that's the only reason why, guys, I'm going to tell you, the only reason why I stopped doing shows then is because there. I knew that I had always said that I'm just going to be nice and I'm going to conduct myself this type of way until as long as she was alive. So that was my excuse. Afterwards, it was like I started giving motherfucker, I'm gonna start going in, talking about people, doing blasting this, that, and the other. I'm gonna give motherfuckers a piece of my mind. Somebody say something, I'm gonna hit them upside the head. And then it's like, you know what I mean? And then I even had like my best friend, they told me, they said, you know, A to B, you've always been calm and relaxed. You don't need to be that way. And it was
Right.
like, yeah. So then I had to avoid situations because I went through a stage where afterwards where I was just, I just want to hit somebody so bad.
Mm-hmm.
You walking around with a chip on your shoulder was just like, fine, yeah, go ahead, please say something. Please, just say something.
Right.
When that type of attitude knows that you got to sit up here and say, who's the problem here? Are they the problem or am I the problem?
Right.
And I had to look at myself and say, maybe I need to sit back, relax a little bit, and, cut myself off from immature people or people who might be able to push my buttons to make me do something out of character.
Yeah.
And I mean, that can be difficult at some time because a lot of the people sit up here and they want to blame everybody else for whatever. This person did this, or this person, threw a rock at your house, or this person hit my car, this person talked about my mama, or some bullshit like that. But the only person you can control in life is you.
Yep.
And when you realize that, sometimes these motherfuckers don't do shit to get on your nerves, and you just gonna have to, okay, fine, whatever, unless they in your physical space and they're about imminent danger. I get in his face and you're gonna have to do something then, but somebody talking to you or really, and then think about it, you go out in the real world, you're gonna bump into idiots, you know what I mean? You can be riding a bus and somebody say this, that, or the other, or somebody come and spit on you by accident when they sneeze. What you gonna do, get up and fight? I mean, for real?
Right.
I mean, you control how you react to it, and that's the problem I've seen. That's the problem I had because I knew that I had a chip on my shoulder. I knew I was grieving, and I didn't want to put myself where it could cost me, which I don't have. Also, it can cost me from being around my son. Because I sit here and say, wow, my grandmother, he was real close to her, and now the only person he got is me. And I know that, wow, this little boy, the only person he has is me. Mom's not around. It's me.
Right.
I sit there and laugh at him. I tell him, we were talking the other day. I said, son, oh, what? You don't have to lie. Just me and you in the house. So, I said, one good thing, when it's only two people in the house, when something get moved, you know who did it.
Dude, you know what's so crazy? I remember, it's funny you say that because I think like it was once upon a time, it was me, my lady, and like three other people. But like now that it's just us two, like when something is fucking like out of place or something, I can't blame the dog or no fucking body. I like to say, be like, how did this get here? It's only one person, one other person that's been here, and that's me. So, yeah, it does eliminate the process of elimination. It makes that shit easy.
Only one bad thing is, boy, you sit up here and see these kids. Sometimes these motherfuckers eat so damn much it ain't funny. This boy sit up here and just kill some shit, man.
Well, you know, that's the you got to think about it. They when you get older, I guess your appetite increases. Cause how old is he
I don't
now?
know. Mine decreased as I got older.
Oh shit,
Mine's
man.
decreased.
You talking about Calvin, right? How old is he now?
14. I said mine is ever since
Yeah.
I got older, mine is decreased. But you know, the problem is me, I've been having trouble sleeping afterwards. You know, it's like I've never been able to sleep through the night because I would always have to get up and do something for her. Or, I mean, even when y'all saw when I run to the show, sometimes I'd have to leave for a little bit. I would be in there helping her, or sometimes I would get in there running my mouth with her and be gone 20, 30 minutes running my mouth. It's like hard for me to sleep through the night. I mean, literally, sometimes I go to sleep at night, wake up 3 hours. Very rarely can I sleep more than 3.5 hours, 3 hours, somewhere in that window right there. So, I mean, you know, for me, when they talk about some people, you know, they have a death in the family or someone close to them die and they can't really get over it, because I will admit, still walking around now, I really don't, because it's, you know, very difficult.
I think it's one of them things where you have to like think about it in a positive way, meaning like, what would she want? You know what I mean? And
Right.
you know, with her when she was alive, of course, you know, you probably was like, you know, you didn't want to disappoint her. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to carry on that same, you have to carry on that same thing, you know, to get through. Because I think, you know, I mean, it's not everybody deals with death differently.
Right.
I mean, I think over the years I've become kind of numb to it. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
still have feelings when somebody passed, but it's like I don't went to so many fucking funerals in my life that it's like I'd be like, you know, it's like shit. But I think with me, it's more based off how the person passes on.
Right.
Like if the person had, like one of my best friends, he had cancer, and yeah, that shit hurt me when he died because I really wanted to see him, and I just refused to go to his funeral because I'm like, I don't want that to be my last memory of him because I ain't seen him in like 3 years prior to that. You know, so it's like I feel at ease knowing that yeah, he don't have to suffer anymore. But you know, for personal reasons, you know, you be like, man, I wish my friend was still here with me. But I think it's different. You know, if a person is murdered, I think that shit hits harder than anything.
Yeah.
Because it leaves that
You wasn't
little
expecting it.
right. Like when
Yeah.
somebody's dealing with like an illness, you kind of prepare yourself like, okay.
Right. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was preparing myself. I mean, you guys knew from, you know, our little group that we had.
Your mom.
You guys knew I was preparing myself, and literally, I don't know. My family probably didn't see it like my mother and my aunt did not see it like that, but I did. I saw it because I used to take care of my, you know, best friend. I used to take care of her dad,
Right.
and you know, he passed away back then, and I saw it, and I remember. Yeah, I've dated a couple nurses until you've asked, like, I've asked them, like, well, you ever see somebody? And they go, oh, yeah. And they said, like, sometimes, like, you can smell it. It's something about them. It's something about, and you can just feel it. You get this eerie feeling and this smell. It's like you can sometimes smell it before they, you know, go. And it was like, you know, oh, well, I watched her when she went to the hospital the first time. I knew that was the start of the end.
Mm-hmm.
Was good and good spirits and everything else. It was just like, you know, went back and I remember telling you guys, I said, man, I feel if she's not gonna make it to Christmas.
Right.
You know, she's not gonna make this, that, and the other. And people are, oh well, you know, maybe she will, maybe she will. And of course, you know, things went downhill. She came back and You know, I already knew. And then when she came home that last time, it's like, and all of this, and I'm just watching her hang around. And I remember her telling me, "No, Andre, I don't want you to, you know." I told her, I don't want you. I'm tired of being a nice guy. I'm tired of being just that and the other. And I said, I just take so much. Try to always be the bigger person. Take so much shit. And it's like, now I'm just tired of, you know, right now I'm going to give motherfuckers a piece of my mind. I mean, next motherfucker, you know, anytime a motherfucker cross my path, you getting full shit dropped on you, you know.
Right.
You're always telling me, well, you remember what kind of trouble that got you into. And, you know, once you start, you ain't one of them people that stop, you know.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, you don't have no limits. Once you start, that's why my grandma always said, shit, get in a fight with Andre, please be sure that you knock him out. Because if he gets you down, it's over with. And he said, and that's what she told me. After you control your anger, you don't need to be getting mad. Don't let nobody get up. Don't let nobody get up under your skin. You know, laugh the shit off, this, that, and the other. And, you know, that's what I've been working on for like the past 20 years, you know.
That's been a big battle for me.
A little moment where I cuss somebody out and they probably shouldn't have been cussed out, but I try not to be that bad.
Well, you know, here's the thing, man. Like, I know for me, I'll deal with this shit later. I know for me, man, I know that's been one of my biggest things, and I was always told when people would see me reacting in a way where I get all pissed and irate, and they be like,
Yeah.
dude, you know, when you do that, you're letting other people get power on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you letting, you know, like I remember one time I got into it with my buddy's ex-girlfriend. They were dating at the time. And it was a weird situation because for starters, we shouldn't even been speaking anyway, outside of, you know, but she was into music like myself, and she just went off the handle because she was relying on me to release a project. And I'm like, bitch, you not part of my shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if I did put something out, it would have been, and that at that time, it probably would have been more to help her out. But I'm like, right, you know, I got other things personally going on. Because at that time, I got an apartment, I got rent to pay, I got electric bills, I got to put food on the table. And this is just for me. I'm not, at that time, I wasn't living with nobody. It was just me, you know?
Right.
And that got taken out of context. And next thing you know, she getting crazy with me and shit. And, you know, I lost my cool. Like, I was actually I had just got off work, and she called me with this crazy shit, and the guy's giving me a ride to the terminal so I could get on the train, and he's looking at me because I'm sweating up a storm, I'm riled up, you know. And the next day he said, dude, I've never seen you like that. Somebody really pissed you off. He said, you can't be letting people do that to you, because see what
Yeah.
happens is you get yourself so riled up to the point where you end up passing out, having a stroke, and guess what? That person moves on with their life.
Yeah.
You know, so you're doing a detriment to yourself in the process, but that person moves on with their life. It's like the shit never happened. So it's
I realized afterwards I'm not as calm as I used to be, and I'm trying to like get that under control a little bit, because I done seen a couple times where and I've told my friends, especially, I'm not even gonna lie, my son saw me cuss somebody out extremely bad on the phone. I mean, I got so bad that he put on headphones, and he's like, Dad, you know, Dad, you know, you normally don't do stuff like that. You know, are you all right? You know,
yeah,
bad because, you know, they know that, wow, that's bad when your kid even know really do stuff like that. You know, you might get, he said, the only time you get, like, he sits there and laugh. He said, the only time my dad really get all this irate and cuss at is inanimate objects like the TV, especially when it's basketball. see, he told me, he said, you would have swear up and down. You was talking about basketball the way you was cussing them out. And it's just the fact that somebody said something to me and it was like, for real.
I hate to break the bad news to you.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to break the bad news to you, but y'all gonna lose LeBron next season.
Oh shit! You better not go like say that.
Because see, here's the thing. Remember, I'm Chicago. I'm Chicago Bulls. That's my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a rumor sparking, dude, that he wants to actually play with Wade again in Chicago.
Bullshit.
Over here.
Bullshit.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
Hey, Chess, what's up?
What's up, Lethal? Long time.
Yeah.
Dre,
Same here, man.
Dre, you ain't scaring nobody, Dre. Stop talking.
What? Shit. I hate to say something. If you'd have asked my son that, because if you'd have heard that conversation earlier,
yeah.
Evidently I was going off too bad. I was to the fact that my best friend had called me on the house phone. So the house phone ring, I pick up the phone. I'm still sitting here yelling this shit on the cell phone, this, that, and the other. And this fool say something like this.
Oh, wow.
With the situation with that, this woman had a nerve to try to call my friend. You can call my friend and try to turn them against me. Motherfucker, that's my friend. Call the person that introduced us to start
man, that's how they roll, man.
I didn't call the person that introduced us. You call the person that introduced us together before we start working together, start shit, and had this nigga call me. Then you gonna try to call my best friend after my best friend already heard that this motherfucker done called me already. Now think about it. If I wanted to start some shit, I would have called the nigga together. Well, we wouldn't have been working together. So that shows that you're trying to start shit. And my best friend put it on her. She said, I'm going to just tell you like this. You think that I'm going to take your side in the story? I already know. You call him and this, that, and the other. She's saying this, that, and the other. This motherfucker made a threat, and I heard the threat.
Oh, wow.
Call me and try to do shit over here with me? And you think that I'm going to believe that shit? He said, you better just pay the man his money and keep it moving.
Damn it, man.
Well, I told you if it didn't work out right, you know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you come talking about people. I'm like, whatever, man. Talk about, I used to live that life. No, motherfucker, I'm the only one. And no offense, that used to be me back in the day. And unfortunately, my criminal history shows that.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm pretty sure enough of y'all done look the shit up because I don't know already. I know how these dumbass motherfuckers are on YouTube. Especially when I done had motherfuckers tell me, oh, yeah, you do got a felony for that. Well, thanks, motherfucker.
Oh, wow. Dre is a thug.
That was back in the day. I'm a good guy now. I told everybody. Even though I will say like this, I say that sometimes you realize that you have a person that keeps you grounded.
Right.
And I have to adjust now of not having that person that keeps me grounded. And that's the problem I've learned to, that's the reason why I stepped away from the shows and all that, because I didn't want y'all to see me on here cussing and fussing at people. They want these trolls coming here and I'm just having one of them bad days. Because I've learned to adapt this. My thing is this. When I'm pissed off, no shit to hurt your feelings or nothing, then I don't say nothing. Then that way I don't have to worry about later on, you said this, that, and the other. No. Even my friends know when this nigga ain't talking, when we keep calling him and he don't answer, that means he don't need to be talking to nobody. That way you don't say nothing you might regret, or you got to make up to later. Hey, man, you done kind of pissed me off. I ain't going to talk to you for a little bit. Give me a couple hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't let anybody get you out of your element, though.
Huh?
I say don't let anybody get you out of your element,
Yeah, easier said than done, because the problem is that, I always thought about her, and I will admit, I had set it in my mind so much. I'm just being nice until the end. I mean, little do y'all know, the day afterwards, y'all about to get a completely different motherfucker.
No.
You know what I mean? The next day, y'all gonna be like, did aliens come and swap this nigga out? This guy used to be such a nice guy and level-headed. Oh, the day afterwards, y'all gonna see complete asshole. Then I thought about it. I said, well, that's not what she would have wanted. And I can picture her ass up there now talking about, what in the hell? I didn't teach you all that shit just for you to do nothing right after I turned my back. I'm sitting here supposed to be able to relax now, and now I got to worry about you down there acting a fool.
Yeah. Man. Hey, Dre, I'm going to log back in. I got my nephew's in training right now, so I'll be back.
Training? Training for what?
Huh? Critical thinking. Critical thinking.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you getting them up to
critical thinking. I.e. Chess Nubian. No.
See, that's why I said go ahead. All right, do me a favor, nephew.
Yeah, I had to log in. I was like, when I saw your note, I was like, what? He's back on air?
Yeah, I said be sure to beat her for me because I lost to her last time, so I don't like to lose.
That's okay. You haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
All right, Lethal. I'll see you later.
All right.
All right. But yeah. But I said it's I already see, like I said, I've noticed
Carlotta just
last night was the first night I watched videos. I noticed that everybody's still fighting as usual. Can we do anything else other than fight, guys?
You heard me?
I didn't hear you.
Did you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. I was saying, Carlotta just texted me. She said she'll be on here in a little bit.
Okay, though.
But yeah, man. It's crazy though. I think it's, it's good when you get a chance to, take time away from a lot of shit and just reflect and be like, you know what? Because you might actually come to a conclusion that, hey, this is better for me to just be off to myself until I, regroup. Because I know if you and her was close like that, I know that can really take a toll on somebody.
Yeah, it is. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I just knew afterwards. I'm not. This was what got me so funny. I expected to have problems with my family afterwards. Cause don't you know I went to bring out the worst, and then motherfuckers.
Yeah, people get to fighting over money and all that shit. Yeah,
like, I want this and I want that and I want this. That. I hate to say something, but I ain't gonna say hate to say. I can say this obviously because then I always thought, oh, my family kind of, they kind of selfish and stuck up, this, that, and the other. So I can imagine the fighting we gonna do. Cause see, I looked at other people's families and I thought, wow, these are much more close family oriented people more than we are. So I know that when someone passes away, they're gonna be all right. And I watched them fight and watch them go at each other. So I'm thinking, damn, my family ain't nowhere near as good as them. So I can only imagine we probably gonna be throwing knives and shit at each other. Of course, I mean, maybe one little spark up. And I mean, it wasn't even worth like a bip on the screen. And that was it. I mean, nothing. I mean, anything, we seem a little bit closer now. I do admit some family members have stayed away. And I think because it's like the house just brings back bad memories. And I mean, literally, I just start moving and stuff like, if everybody's saying, well, house do seem kind of like an old person living here, and because I haven't done anything, I just kind of left it the same. And I said, it's like, I figure, I've had it this way for so long, and now I'll go ahead and change it and make it how I want it. I'll go ahead and tear this kitchen out and make the kitchen how I want it. Do the bathroom over, stuff like that. I figure I got a long winter, so I have plenty of time.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, you just, take it. I mean, and then the cool thing is now you can do that at your own pace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, wherever you want to start your project, you start there, and then just do it wherever it's convenient.
Right. That's what that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
'Cause I mean, I used to watch, how I know a lot. Like I used to watch a lot of them damn shows where people be buying them damn distressed properties and shit,
Yeah.
and they will be like, you will see the before and after, and be like, damn,
Mhm.
this shit looks totally different. Like um, I remember back in what was this 2009, I want to say. My
Mhm.
friend, his mom and them, they decided to, I think the house got foreclosed or some shit.
Right.
So what happened, they moved, rented a house somewhere else. That house, I seen, my sister showed it to me. It was on Zillow or Trulia, one of them sites. And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait, I say, that's what's his name house? And when I tell you, like, they showed the pictures on the inside of that motherfucker, I was like, dude, they really like you go past there, they changed the outside of the siding, and they repainted the inside, man. They put new staircases up. I say these motherfuckers really did it. But see, when you do that, that's how this fucking dog. Hush up. Um, when you do that, what happens, I'm pretty sure you're aware of this. That like when you get to like fixing up properties in a neighborhood, it starts to. If you got multiple properties over there and different investors coming and buying up all the shit and they fixing it up, what happens is that increases the value over there, some shit like that.
Mhm.
So then, when that happens, now you get to shift them up. You shift a certain group out, and you bring another group in.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
and that's pretty much like even with the projects that I had grew up in for the first 11 years of my life, dude. Like if you never been to Chicago or never took the train along that way,
Mhm.
you wouldn't even know that some projects were there.
Well, that's not in the fact of that, but they do that in a lot of areas because technically, if you really think about it, the area and how it really works, the areas are not really. It's not like we have any more land on the earth. You know what I mean? It's the same amount of
Yeah,
land that was here 1,000 years ago.
right.
But what they do is this like say this area, like if you ever notice, especially with stores, you ever notice how they'll build up a shopping mall here, and this
Mm-hmm.
place would be all the stores would be there, and
Mm-hmm.
then within like 10 years, they'll build a shopping mall, say maybe a mile away. They'll build a shopping
Mm-hmm.
center there, and then all the stores will go there, and then that one will be empty.
Mm-hmm.
You look and say, well, fuck, you know what I mean? Technically, these buildings ain't but 10 years old. You know what I mean? That's what I was sitting there saying, too. Anybody with a good business plan, they should start maybe finding a way that you can open up like nightclubs or something that, that opens at a different time that can go inside storefront properties. Because
Mm-hmm.
the good thing about that is it's plenty of them out there. And like you go see some of these like super strip malls where these malls only been up 10, 15 years. So these buildings are damn near brand new. And
Right.
I mean, and then they've been vacant for 2, 3 years. So you should go in there and tell them, well, look, give me 8 months free rent and I'm gonna turn this motherfucker into a moneymaker. And I mean, some of them people, well, you ain't got shit now. If somebody say they're gonna pay you in 8 months and it's a big enough company and they're gonna pay, what I mean? Think about it. If they turn like a department store, but they'd have to section it off and all that, but turn it into a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically it could be done.
Right.
Somebody has to envision something or something like that that could go in that space. And now all of a sudden you got a bar or a nightclub that's hippie, hippie little spot for people to go and spend their time in and this, that, and the other. They said, 1920 Craft and Bugle on my head. Yeah, you're right about that. Thank you, Zen. I just started reading the comments. Yes, as you can see, I'm back. had to take a little bit of vacation there to get my mind right there. You know, after the loss, it was hard to conduct myself properly. I'll say that. I do admit, though, I will say one thing, man. I told myself I got to start working out or something. Got too much extra energy. Man, oh man, if you could have heard that conversation on the phone, that's bad when your son come in there, Dad, you all right? You know what I mean? When he said, "I'm glad I'm not the person you was talking to." He went and put on headphones. That's bad,
Damn.
right?
Oh
yeah. Yeah, he went and put on headphones. I'm like, oh shit,
Man.
So in other words, since I've been gone for a whole how long has it been? When was the last time I ran a show? Let me see. Let's go ahead and look that up. When was the last time I ran a show? Go over here to the Creative Studio. And while we're doing that, please like, share, and subscribe. Let everybody know that we are back.
Yeah, from what I'm looking at,
Let's see. I'm about to pull
it
it
was
up.
like a month ago.
The
last minute free fall or some shit.
Yeah, it's been October 23rd. Yeah. That was the last show, October 23rd.
That one must be private because I don't see that on your feed.
I just went to
Oh, that's right. You did another channel, didn't you?
No, it was on this channel.
What the fuck? Why am I not seeing this shit?
It was the Walking Dead watch party. That was the last show.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, you're right. That was right.
Oh man, I'm just looking at all this shit, man. Here's some good fucking times.
Pre-Trump time. Now, what do you guys feel? What do you guys feel about Trump?
Well, you know what? Hey, I'm put to you like this. I actually voted for him. I voted for him. I mean, yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy about it. It's like that shit had started some friction amongst me and my sister for a little while.
Right.
Because she's like a hardcore, by default, if you're black, you're supposed to be fucking Democrat and shit.
Right.
So, never mind the fact that the entitlement programs that they give us is really not helping. It helps for a little while, but it's very crippling in the long run. And I mean, man, people was losing their fucking minds, man. I mean, think about it. In Chicago, these motherfuckers up there rioting and fucking up shit. They beat some dude. They pulled some white man out of the fucking car and beat him and took his fucking car. The shit was on. It was a video out there going around of people was sharing it on Facebook and shit like that, man. And I mean, of course, all the guys got caught, but I was just like, wow, what the fuck, And it kind of raised this question in my mind. Where I was just like, I wonder, since everybody, since if you have a different opinion of, like politician or whatever the fuck, you tend to get
right
ridiculed or whatever. I say, well, shit, if that's the case, how about we just turn, I just say, let's just do a test. Let's just do away with the First Amendment and let's turn this motherfucker into a communistic country and see what the fuck happens. Because at that point, then you'll have a bunch of people, oh no, they're taking our rights away. Well, you stupid fuck. Apparently, you can't have your own fucking opinion about something. Because my thing is, me and my buddies talked about this. I think out of my homeboys, out of my circle, it was probably like one person. And you know, he went for Hillary, of course. He just felt like Trump's policies would be kind of fucked up. But I mean, me and him didn't become at odds over it. But me and my other buddies, we was actually talking about this, and I was asking, I say, what is it that makes him? Because makes him racist. Because that's what everybody said. He's racist. He hates blacks. He's racist. He's racist. And I was like, okay, the build a wall thing. I say, do y'all understand? You know, I can understand his take on that. But see, think about what just happened.
Right.
If you go back to when he said years ago that if he ever was to run, he would run Republican because they're stupid. He
Right.
proved the fucking point. Because think about it. Everything that he said he was gonna do, he's starting to fall back from it. He ain't even look. He only all this shit he was talking about. I'm gonna repeal this and that. He ain't fucking worrying about that shit right now. What he's doing, if you think about it, I haven't really followed it too much, but I've been hearing here and there. You know about you know how on Facebook you got those trending articles and shit.
Right.
Linda McMahon, I think she's the SBA. He's gonna be over that, and then he have like Ben Carson is over HUD, the Secretary of HUD or some shit. So I mean, he's appointing these top dog, these millionaire, billionaire motherfuckers. You know, that's why in a way, I knew you got to think about it. If they would have had Hillary running this country, to the world, we would have looked like the weakest motherfuckers on the planet. Like, oh, y'all got a woman running y'all shit. And so you got to think about it. And I was even talking to people about this. You go to other countries, they don't fucking hold women in high regard. So how the hell would she break that barrier? You see what I'm saying? Can you hear
Definitely. Me? Yeah, okay. I hear you. I said definitely.
Now here's the funny thing. People say, well, he's a businessman. Well, no shit. If you look at the way everything that happens in the world, business is a universal fucking language. You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what dialect you speak. If you speak English, Chinese, Tagalog, or whatever the hell, you're doing business in some way, shape, or form. You see what I'm saying? So, people talk about, well, he's filed bankruptcy. So did Walt Disney.
Every good business filed bankruptcy. There's some motherfuckers I didn't set up and told for this. Tell them what you need to do. You need to get an LLC. You need to have a business, especially after when you own your first rental property, you're all right. But after you own 2 or 3, you need to have it set up that way. That way, somebody fall and break their neck on the steps. These motherfuckers ain't trying to sue, you know what I mean, and take your personal assets.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what it really is. That way, too, boom. If the business don't got enough money to pay for something that happened at the business or because of the business, then you're not sitting here working the rest of your life at a 9 to 5, 70 hours a week because you got to pay this fucking debt.
Yep.
That's why it's protected.
Yep. But see, that's the thing.
How you doing, Anthony? If you want to join, go ahead and put your email address and I'll add you.
You know what's so crazy though? I remember when I was in college and I was taking my major was business administration, entrepreneurship. And I remember I was reading. I don't even think I was taking accounting this quarter, and there was another class I was taking. It was like an economics class. And I was reading this book while the teacher was giving a lecture.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's lecturing, I kind of got ahead of him because I was looking at these like business structures. And I was like, oh shit, sole proprietorship, not the best way to go. Because soon as you die, so does your business. And like you were saying earlier with the personal versus private, versus business assets, like they could come after your personal shit if you're a sole proprietorship.
Definitely.
But if you're an LLC, And that's what people fail to realize because they look at the name like, oh, it's limited liability. Dude, it can be a one person owned LLC.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to have that extra because like actually with my music thing, I'm actually setting that up now. I got a tax ID with the IRS already
Mm-hmm.
for the state of Texas. So next year I go down to the Secretary of State
Mm-hmm.
with that and put all that shit in place. So guess what? When I'm releasing music independently or whatever, or if I'm starting to collect royalties from my stuff streaming, if it gets to that point,
Right.
I'm trying to make sure all my shit is set up. So when if I get to the point where I'm like, you know what, I can't produce music no more. I want to retire and just raise my children. If I have children by that time, then
don't have any. They're too expensive.
yeah, you know what? That's why I don't have any right now because I want to put myself in a position where I can afford them.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I was sitting there the other day. Now, this was week before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I said, this is the problem is this. You get used to living with somebody, so you get used to only paying certain bills and this, that, and the other. Now you got to pay them all. No fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting here. I'm like, I'll fine. I go here. I go to this grocery store. I spend about $200 on food here. I go to this one here. Spend about 50 there. Stop here. Spend about 30 there. I'm sitting here. This is the day before Thanksgiving. Now, it's 2 days before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, he was asleep all day. This is Saturday. By Saturday, even with the Thanksgiving food that we had brought home, because the family got together, this, that, and the other, this boy had ate like 3 bags of chips, 4 things of Pop-Tarts, 3 things of Hot Pockets. I'm like, 3 of them like side pizzas. I buy these little pizzas that you can cook at night for snacks. I get tired of. My thing is this, y'all always see me getting up at night frying fish. So, and the bad thing is then you got to clean the kitchen up again because it looked like, went to sleep, with the kitchen dirty because you don't feel like after you eat something that big at night, you don't want to go and clean that kitchen. You're like, fuck it, them dishes going to stay there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it like, God damn it, motherfucker, this nigga eating me. I'm like, huh. But that's that problem. These growing boys, man. And what can you say? You can't sit up here and say, don't eat.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, think, man. But it's just the fact, like, I look at a lot of things that's going on in society.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at, okay, like if you even look at Trump, for example, his, I don't even know if he knew that he was going to get this shit. Because, see, think about this. His whole tone has changed since he got in there. Or since he's been the president-elect. Like, he's like, well, I don't want to be at the White House too much.
Right.
I won't, I'll be at my little penthouse here and there.
Right.
And, whatnot. But the thing is, it's like, his kids are going to be running his business. Is why he's running the fucking country.
Yeah, but I thought about that too. That's one bad thing. Like when I was thinking about that for him being president, that's one thing I didn't take into consideration because his kids, quote, gonna be running the business as he says, but you know what that means. They still listen to whatever fucking daddy tells them to do. That's the problem. I don't fall that because that to me, I think that it opens the door for too much corruption and collusion.
Yeah.
And I do admit I didn't want Hillary in there and this, that, and the other, but and it's like, well, fuck it, we go ahead and shake it up and see what Trump can do. Long as that's the only thing I'm really worried about. I was never worried about him like, oh, we're gonna kick all these type of people out of the country. I mean, totally. I understand. Like, if you're having a problem with all these terrorists coming in and this, that, and the other, and you got to do some things or you got to make these motherfuckers be checked out way thoroughly, unfortunately, too bad. I mean, it just has to be done for a while because we're in a heightened state of, alert. But if you're going to sit there, it's not forever, but the fact is sometimes it's like that. Which I'm not going to be mad at. But I think about it. Many times you done gone into a store as a black person, you've been watched. Like these motherfuckers think we always going to steal something. Or the fact is, I'm to give you a perfect example. I was in the mall today. I went out. I was out Thursday. I bought a case for my cell phone. I bought one of them $30 cases from one of the booths at the mall. All right, I do admit, with like he put the case on the phone, and I'm like, this case don't seem like it's made. I said, if you look at this right here, see how it's bowed out here, it look like it's going. I mean, you know, I work with my hands. I already know that's when it's bowed out here. That's a stress point. That's where it's gonna break. Oh no, no, it'll flatten out in a couple of days. Within like 2.5 days, the case broke. So I took the motherfucker back down there. I'm down there talking. And that's how I remember I said at another point where I know the different me now and then where I got to work on the anger. I know that. And I told her, oh, look, either I need to do something. You need to get my money back. Oh, no, there's no refund. You broke it. You broke it. I said, think about it. I bought a case to protect the phone. You think that the case could take a beating. You see, there's no scratches and shit on this damn case. You know what I mean? What? Oh, no, you broke it. You broke it. And I'm like, look at this. I said, I said, this is the problem. I said, why do we got to act the fool to do this? Are you going to do something to replace it? Yeah, I'm doing, man. I started talking a little bit louder, and I noticed as soon as I start talking loud, I look 20 feet over here, it's 2 security guards standing there. I look 20 feet this way, it's 2 motherfuckers standing over there. So I'm like, and now it's like, well, wait a minute. Look, plain and simple. I got, oh, no, you got your receipt? No, buddy, remember, you did my payment online. I said, yeah, I can pull up, boom. There's my receipt right there. Showed them that. Well, you know, then it's like, well, wait a minute. I said, come on now. It ain't even been, well, if you would have brought it back the next day, I said, dude, I wasn't working in this area. It's only been 4 days. I mean, come on now. What do you expect in 4 days? I said, why do we got to act a fool to get shit done? I said, that's the problem is y'all want people. Look, I'm trying to talk to you nicely. They're like this, that, and the other. Why the hell? So then that's when the people for the mall come up. Look, I'm just telling this motherfucker to give my money back. I ain't even cussing and screaming at him. I said motherfucker to you guys, but then I didn't. I'm just telling this man, give me my money back. It ain't gonna be no shit. But so I said, you know, ain't gonna be no shit. Yeah, what are we gonna do? Oh, this, that, and the other. And then of course, of course the security guard from Malta, of course they called the police. And I said, oh, so what? I hear they say they need backup in the area. You know how I figure? I say, well, what? No offense, it's for you motherfuckers. Why the fuck you need backup? You just one guy? Come on now. You know what I mean? That's why I sit up there and laugh, because I'm sitting up here thinking, I ain't even yelling and screaming.
Right.
You know what I mean? That go to show you what the hell you call it's 4 security guards there within 25 feet of me. You can tell they're standing there watching me. I'm the only, but it's like, for real, guys, am I that big of a motherfucker? I mean, come on. And that's how you wonder. And it's like, well, fine. You know, I said, well, fine. Hey, I'm just gonna tell you like this. I told her, I said, you want to act a fool? This is what I do. I'll come out here my next day off. I'm gonna stand out here at your booth, and every customer that walk by, I'm gonna tell them not to buy shit from your ass because of what you do.
Right.
Oh, well, we can stop you from doing that because that's disrupting business. Disrupting business? What? I'm telling the truth. Don't buy shit from this motherfucker because what? What you gonna tell me that I buy something for you and within 4 days it's garbage, and you're not gonna do shit about it? I said, see, that's the problem. Y'all want a person to act a fool. And I said, why do we always got to act ignorant to get shit started, to get shit done, accomplished? But that's the problem with, you know, a lot of people nowadays. Unless you get loud or act a fool, they're not going to do anything. And it's unfortunate that you can't come and talk to people with a level head and reasonable to get anything done. I mean, you sit there, they say squeaky wheel gets the grease. Unfortunately, it does. And they sit up here and wonder why, but you got to like pick and choose. Because I noticed all of a sudden, I got 4 cops standing, 4 security guards standing next to me. Then they call the police. So of course, you know, they radio for it. Of course, I look up. The next minute, you know, it's a Cleveland cop there and the sheriff there.
Oh man.
You know, I'm sitting up here. So I said, what? I told him, I said, so what? Oh yeah. So I'm complaining. I asked for my money back, and y'all called the police on me now. Oh well, nobody really called the police. I mean, do admit it was a black guy. Cause I turned to him. It was a black police officer, white sheriff. So I said, I told her, I said, so what? Black man asked for his money back, and they, so you called the police on me to tell me to leave after being ripped off, huh? I said,
Right.
oh, no. They just said that there was a disturbance in the area. I said, well, then why in the world you following me then?
Right.
But I mean, that's exactly what it is. And to know that if I didn't conduct myself accordingly, first thing they've been doing, put your arms behind your back,
Right. Damn. Oh shit. I was gonna ask you something, but I don't want to do this on air because I don't want to disrupt.
Go ahead and ask.
So,
I don't care.
let me see. Wait. Okay.
Yeah, remember, look, I'm not worried about nothing. I mean, hate to say,
Hey,
one good thing would be about being gone for so long, as you see, I still drink the Pepsi, is that the trolls, from what I saw, I was watching
dude,
videos last night. So I
aren't
think
you
the trolls
like
got
close
somebody
to?
else to talk about now, so they ain't worried about
Dude,
me.
you gonna have a fucking kidney stone. Keep drinking all that shit. But hey, I can't judge you because man. Listen, I've been addicted to Dr. Pepper for the last like 18 fucking months.
No, just show you what's so bad, right? Reason why I was late for the show, I had to go down the street and buy me 2 bottles.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that's why I was late. Now,
Dude,
that's
you
bad.
gotta be, nigga. Ain't that caffeine overload, man?
Shit, man, that's my addiction right there, man.
Well, hell, you know what? I can only imagine how it's gonna be for me when I get the. Listen, I got, next semester, I got 3 classes that I'm taking. Cause this semester I had 3, but I dropped one, and I changed my major for next semester to audio engineering. So now I got a music business class, a songwriting class, and a fucking commercial music software class. Because they won't let me take the engineering class where I actually be in in one of the big like we have the school I go to, they have like different buildings. Like they have a performing arts building where they do like if you're majoring in theater or voice and all that shit.
Right.
But the piano, um in that building they actually have a state of the art recording studio there.
Right.
But the way they do that class is you have to take a prerequisite before you take that class. And it's not like you could take both classes in the same semester. You got to take that prerequisite, then take the other class after the fact, the following semester. So, and I'm working on my music production business now, getting that going. So I know I'll probably be on some fucking Pepsi or 5-hour energies because there might be some times I ain't gonna sleep for 3 fucking days, dude. So,
well, I've been
man,
that's one thing too. I've been having trouble. Like I said, I've been having trouble sleeping. I was trying to take some of that what they call that crap. I was taking those tablets. It's that melatonin. Ain't that melatonin? That's what it is. And I was taking some
you
of
talking
that.
about the caffeine?
It's like, nah, is that what it is? It's like that. It's a natural sleep aid. I was taking 2, 3 of them a night, and I
Okay.
boosted shit up to like 6. I was taking
Damn.
6 of them motherfuckers a night and still couldn't go to sleep. And I mean, one time I remember I was coming home from work. I had missed that last transfer, so I had to walk like the last 30, 45 minutes home, which not that bad to me. I would have made that walk plenty of times. Go ahead, do this shit. Walking home, and so do this. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired before I even get off that connection. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get off here. Do this. I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna wait out. I just walk it. Walking home, tired as all get out. I popped like 3 of them mugs. Come home, lay down, go to sleep. 45 minutes. And you're like, for real. 45 damn minutes after, you know what I mean? Wake up for hours. Then it's by time for me to go to work or be at an engagement in the morning to bid on a job or whatever. And next thing you know, I'm just knocked out then. It's like, can't sleep at a decent time for shit, man. That's what I said, man. I wouldn't put it on nobody, man.
Right.
That's when you don't not getting enough sleep too. That's one thing I figured that it was good for me to stop doing shows because I didn't want to be out here yelling and screaming and talking about people, doing stuff that's out of character for me.
Right.
And then this would be something like I said, this would be something that would be seen, may not be seen by that many people, but motherfuckers that say, I remember when he did that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, shit. You know, I can tell you this, man. Uh, I can tell you this. Um,
Hmm?
it's fucking like the worst thing ever. You know, the thing is, we are humans. We're not robots.
Right.
And I remember, like, I was talking. I remember I went to the seminar back in like I think this was October, and this
Hmm.
guy was talking about how he just ended up with a full plate because he had found out that he had a baby on the way. So he was just like working extra hard on, music and putting his shit out there to the point where he was just drinking Red Bulls and monsters like crazy to the point where he got hospitalized over this shit.
Yeah, I've heard about people getting that's actually how I used to watch a show called Deadliest Catch. I don't know if that show is basically about crab fishermen. And there's one guy who was he was I'm typing what David Davis said. But there was this one guy, he was on a Cornelia Marie ship, and that's all he did was drink Red Bulls. And technically he had a blood clot in his leg and fell over. And they ended up rushing him to the hospital after he got off the ship. And come to find out, they were saying that he had way too much caffeine in the system, and that probably all them because they were saying he drank Red Bull just like water. And that got that aspartame and shit in it. That's really bad for you.
You know what, dude?
David over here talking mess, talking about the Browns. I don't know what you're talking about. We have a parade for them.
I have I remember I had a bad, like I ain't gonna say a bad addiction of energy drinks, but it was a time where it was like that was my routine. Like instead of me just getting a soda, dude, I just go straight to the energy drink freezer, grab
Right.
like one or two of them motherfuckers, and I would just drink the shit out of them. And the weird part is a lot of energy drinks really don't taste that fucking good.
No, they don't.
They got that weird ass aftertaste. But the
Yeah,
thing is,
I do admit them Starbucks double shot. I like the French vanilla ones. Them taste all right.
the who?
Starbucks, they come in a can. It's like a little double shot French vanilla. That bad boy is good
Oh,
right there. Hydrated.
but see, yeah. Now when you get to talking about that type of shit, you know, that's a whole
Man,
different ball game. Because you got to
right.
think about it. Okay, I like even when we used to do these shows. Sometimes when I would get up, dude, like at in the middle of the fucking night, I get up like 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. After I go back to sleep, get up like 4, 5, 6 in the morning.
Right.
Go straight to the coffee maker, put some fucking coffee in that shit, and I just drink like 3, 4, 5 cups of that shit just
Yeah.
because I got it here. Now it done been like weeks. I haven't even, man. We bought a fucking thing of Maxwell House coffee that's still sitting in the goddamn cabinet. I ain't touched.
Yeah. Well, that's a little like me. I had to give away because my grandmother drank coffee every morning. And I sometimes would drink coffee with her. Ever since she's been gone, literally the coffee maker pushed over in the corner. I mean,
right.
as you can see, if you remember the refrigerator, remember how I had the list up there on the refrigerator? You see the list? You know.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, you get used to. I would sit there and drink coffee with her sometimes in the morning, or she would drink a lot. And literally, coffee maker pushed over in the corner. Coffee down in the cabinet. I ain't even made a cup of coffee since.
you know, that's the thing though. Like the thing with them energy drinks, if you look at all the shit, you don't just got caffeine. You got like thousands of other like ingredients in that, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, now what I tried and I think they work are those fucking 5-hour energy drinks. Because when I was doing them, sometimes I do those graveyard shifts where I haven't slept through the day. And I'm like, fuck. Because usually, if I know I got to do a graveyard, I'd be like, fuck, I got to get at least a couple hours of sleep during the day.
Right.
And then it was sometimes where I couldn't even sleep at all. So I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. I just have to make it through. And I bought me like 2, 3 of them motherfuckers, put them in my pocket.
Hmm.
And when they get close to that time where I feel myself getting drowsy, I go drink me some water, try to go out, get a little air, drink one of them motherfuckers, you know, and I usually make it through because once I get close to that end of that shift, when I used to do that shit, because that particular like the things that I was doing during the time we was doing the hangout,
Right.
I used to like, we would just go and clean up the stands and shit for NRG Stadium. Now that's what a Houston Texans play the football team. But I say this, when I was doing those like reset projects where we had to do like those displays for Home Depot and like taking out the old displays and putting up the new ones,
Uh-huh.
man, thank God that they had coffee there, dog. That'd be the first thing I go for. Cause like we'll start the shift at 8, then of course the store closing at 10. So by the time the store opens back up at like 6, 7 in the morning, that's usually when they want us to be finished. So we not really, interrupting. You know, we're not in a us and the customers aren't in each other's way, if that makes sense. So I mean, I tell you, it be those times I at least go through 4 or 5 cups of fucking coffee that night just to make it through the shift. And but it'll be the best part of that week was always okay, knowing that okay, that Thursday, that's the last fucking day, and knowing that Friday, I could just crash, you know. Because I mean, I didn't have situations where I had to work and I didn't go. I operated off of a whole day of no fucking sleep because this was back in 2014 actually. Usher had a concert down here,
Hmm.
so this temp agency sent us out there to like set up the chairs and shit. And then right when his show was about to start, we left. Then had to come because we got there like 4 o'clock, or no, we got there like 3:30. Had to leave at like 6. Then go back to the office, come back at like 8 o'clock.
Hmm.
You know, 8, 9 o'clock. We gotta be at the office to get the next ticket. For that order for that night. Um, and shit, we get there and show just about to end. Now we gotta fucking break the chairs down and all this shit. Then the cool thing about that particular night, we had like an hour and a half of like free time because we couldn't do shit until they got the stage down. And they got their own crew to do that shit because you dealing with you know, all that fucking steel and shit. So they got them damn people with them fucking cranes and all that shit. They got to break that shit down, put them in them cases or whatever, and get them on out of there. And then we come back behind them. Now we got to start getting the damn court ready. Because when he came down here, he was performing over where the Houston Rockets play at the
Hmm.
Toyota Center. So they had a game the next day, so we had to put the court down. And when I tell you one thing about that shit, it's cool to see it once you got it all hooked up. But I was like, this is how they do it. Cause it's broken down into panels, you know, and you gotta put this pen in to bind everything together, you know, and then you gotta get the rims from the back, put them up. You gotta get the what you call them, the fucking chairs, the VIP chairs that's courtside. Then you gotta get the other chairs and put them out. And then the little seats that the announcers sit in, you gotta get that set up and all. Man, look, dude. The next day I could say this much. The
Hmm.
motherfuckers asked me, well, no, they was like, well, shit, we only need 5 people. And I wasn't one of the 5 people they picked. I say, okay, that's fine. I took my ass home. After I cashed my check, I fucking went in that damn room, dude, closed my door, and I was out of it for fucking 9 hours, nigga. I was like, shit, you know? Cause I always wonder, I was like, how the fuck does somebody like go 3-4 days without fucking getting any sleep?
Shit, ask them drug users. They'll tell you. That's one thing I say.
Them who?
They'll be up for days.
You talking about them people that be on coke and shit?
Shit, coke, meth, them meth heads, they be up for days too. They talking about them people on meth. Because I see now, we look up now, every time you look up, you see about somebody dying about them heroin overdoses. They finding them in the cars and shit.
Mm-hmm. I could believe that. Cause see, you got to think
You know what I mean?
about it. What's so crazy? Like, cause I remember one time, dude, like back in 2006, I was we was working with this company where they do these like the cups and shit, plastic cups and shit. They manufacture those.
Uh-huh.
And like straws and
Right.
shit for restaurants. So we over here, man, and I'm working with this Mexican guy. And he's like,
Right.
"Yeah, my friend, you tired?" And I'm like, "Yeah, honestly I am, dude. I don't normally do these graveyard shifts." And he's like, "Hey, man." And it was a 12-hour shift. It was from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then they have another shift from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. This motherfucker worked the 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then when I started working, that was the 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I was like, dude, he was like, yeah, man, I just worked the last shift. I say, how the fuck you do that? He's like, hey, my friend, I do this 4 days a week. I say, are you fucking serious? I say, what the? I say, you went to 4 days working without sleep? You didn't get no rest? Say, man, some coke, friend. No, you on your own with that shit. I say that's y'all's secret because I was gonna buy. I'll go to like the gas station and get those Nodos. You remember those?
No dose?
Yeah.
No, I've never actually taken that. I've always taken most of the time. I hate to say this is my thing. I drink so much damn Pepsi, it ain't funny. I mean, little did you know that. And when I was working, I used to work a lot of split shifts. My thing was cappuccino because a lot of times we do a lot of stores, and basically we were auditors. So we go in there, you go in there, 30, 40 people to eat. A lot of times, especially we used to love to do the grocery store because motherfuckers would be like, hey, everybody can get a cup of cappuccino. Whatever we be over there, just cappuccino machine, just going right at it, boom, 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 all day. So you
How
sit
much does cappuccino got? Like, how much caffeine does cappuccino got as opposed to coffee?
oh, I had to look that up and see. I don't know actually. You asking the wrong one. We had to get one of the people. Somebody out there want to look it up, they can. I do admit not that many people watching. We got 7 people out here watching. I guess that's good for a show first day back, right?
Yeah.
Are you people alive? All the people in the chat room, type 1 if you're alive there to make sure you have people actually watching and actually paying attention. Go ahead and hit that 1. But that's one thing, right? We used to drink a lot of cappuccino. We do that in the daytime, and that's what I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that we sit there, go to work from like 6 a.m. to like 2. And then sometimes start another shift from like 7 to like 3 in the morning. And sometimes start another one 10 a.m. later. So I mean, you get used to sleeping, in spurts. But the only bad thing about that is your sleep schedule is so fucked up, and then you have no damn life because as soon as you get a real long time off, you just go right to sleep and crash. So that wasn't always good. Yeah, I remember. I used to remember. I spent all the time I used to spend with my oldest son is when I would take him to work with me. And he would think, I remember him going in my boss's refrigerator because he was a little baby then at the time. And him going in the refrigerator, he's like 4 or 5, taking their pops out the refrigerator, drinking them. And he's just so cute. Boy, you better stop telling this boy that he's so cute. This boy just stole your pop. Oh, well, don't worry about it. I'll get it up. You don't realize I don't want him to think that he can just walk in there and take a pop out the refrigerator.
Right.
But literally, and everyone knew that, yeah, that's your son. Why that? Because he steal everybody's Pepsis. Yeah, that's what. Let's see. I sit there and laugh. Let's see. Okay, more garbage. What I said is I've been away I see that a lot of our usuals aren't around anymore. I hope all is well. No, nobody didn't die in the group, did they?
Well, you got to figure. I don't think a lot of them probably wasn't aware that we were doing this.
Well, yeah, I'm not.
You know,
Right.
and then you do got a lot of, you know, because we did this. We spoke about it like outside of here earlier, but I don't think like no one. You've been gone for a while, man.
Oh yeah.
Like your ass was MIA. That's why it was so crazy when like she was like, "Hey, Dre want to talk to you," and I was like, "Oh shit, what you done dug that motherfucker out the goddamn." I
Yeah.
say, man, yeah, I love to speak to Dre, man. Stuff,
Oh yeah. Like I said, still been around. Just trying to, like I said, take care of this shit with there.
Yeah, just
I think I
regrouping and everything.
gotta get used to. Gotta get used to. Got used to only paying the bills by myself. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, that's gotta suck.
You know.
Now the
I don't like that. I don't want to do that no more.
so what is because the house is paid? Yeah, how long have y'all had that bad boy?
Let's see. Yeah, the house is paid. Well, this is a problem though. The taxes in my area alone are high. I mean, we're a residential city. Taxes on this house like 4,100 a year. So I mean, when you really think about it, that's almost like paying rent.
Yeah, if you break,
Especially when you know people in a neighboring city, some motherfuckers they tax $700 a year.
yeah. Well,
Like,
you know what? We lived in a town, in the suburb right outside of Houston, months ago before we moved here. Um, and when I tell you they don't even that town do not pay property tax at all.
wow.
Like that's the only place in Texas where they don't pay property tax. I was like, that's gotta be fucking awesome. So just imagine, you got the house paid off.
Well, how do
The
they?
rest of that,
Yeah, if you don't pay taxes on your property, how do they fund like garbage? I guess that would be on your water bill, garbage pickup, and all that.
yeah.
But it's like,
Well, we lived out there. We lived in a house. I don't know how they. I think it was one of the damn commissioners or something that like vote. That shit's been like that since like the 60s or 70s, I think. It's called it's Stafford, Texas. I'm gonna have to research that again to see how the fuck that's possible. But you gotta think about it, man. Remember, Texas is one of them oil states, particularly Houston.
Yeah.
So I mean, you think about this. Economically, they probably are able to do it because you figure, you know, even when the recession hit, I spoke to a lot of people that like worked in the banking industry during that time. And when they was doing the bailouts, a lot of, the people that I talked to that worked in the banks at that time, it was like they was like, we didn't need the fucking money. So we sent the shit back. And I was like, why is it that everywhere else was fucked up? But they really like Texas didn't get hit like everybody else got hit. And I think what keeps them afloat probably is the fact that they're oil. They produce a lot of oil here, because you got to think too, man. Houston, Texas, right by the Mexico border.
Yeah.
So you got all them people they coming over here, then you got all, they creating this little shit with they little people. And then you got to think about you got to think about all of the businesses that's here. You got to think about the oil production. That's, I mean, shit. To get into like working at the oil, working in the oil rigs and shit. You're talking about that shit. You just can't walk into a motherfucker and be like, "Hey, I want to work for y'all." It's
Uh,
a process to that shit.
well, I don't know about. I could actually work in a more on an oil rig like that. Seems like it would actually be kind of fun. I ain't gonna lie. I'm one of those ones.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about actually
They
working
make
with them.
serious money, but I don't know if the bad
I
thing is
think.
it's a very dangerous job though. It ain't no a lot of people don't realize it's very dangerous.
Oh yeah. You know what? I worked with a guy last year, not this past summer, but summer of last year.
All right,
And during this time, we were doing like playground construction where we was tearing down old playgrounds, putting up new ones.
right.
And one of the guys that I was working with, when I tell you, let me see, I'm gonna show you this shit. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Let me get my camera going real quick. I'm gonna show you how this nigga's hand was, and it was from working at the oil rigs. I think something fucked him up.
Well, like
Let
gotta
me
be
see.
careful of them chains when they especially put around them pipes. Like if anybody watch some of
His
them,
hand, he
they
had
fuck.
a. You see this? That's his finger was like that.
Ugh,
It was stuck that way.
ugh.
Like when he pick up something, he'd just pick it up like this. But his finger, this motherfucker here, that
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker, he say all the nerves in that finger was done. Yep, yep. All them
Well, see,
finger.
I have a bad finger, but see, like if you see my hand here, if you see like when I was younger, I actually cut the tendon. Like my middle finger don't straighten out, so I can go like this. If the middle finger don't go no higher than that,
How did that happen?
I cut the tendon in my hand when I was little
Ouch.
with a knife. I
Damn.
like my mother thinks that I just reached up on the counter and grabbed the knife like that by the blade. But actually, what I did is this. You know how parents think that she had an onion up there and she had left a knife out. So I thought that I'm gonna be slick. I'm gonna cut the onion. So I put the onion in this hand and took the knife like this and cut through it and cut through it to my finger.
Ouch. Man. Gotta be careful when you fucking with that shit. But yeah, man, that dude's finger.
I
I
wasn't
was
so
like,
bad. I remember when it happened. I didn't cry or nothing. I remember I was just shocked. And I remember my great grandmother was like, "What did you do?" What? And she was just taking my hand, rinsing it off. And I remember she rinsed it off. As soon as she pulled my hand from up under the water, the blood just come running right back out.
you know what's so fucked up? If
That's
that
what she
was,
said. That's my child, not afraid of nothing.
you know what's so crazy? You lucked up because if that was anybody else, they would have got band-aids put on their finger and the ass whooping would have followed.
No. When you cut a tendon in your hand, the blood come rushing out. I mean, it's like a faucet. It don't come out like it's just pouring out blood everywhere.
And y'all didn't have to go to the ER?
I did. That's why
Oh,
they fixed the finger like that. They fixed it. It can't like I can't control this part up here.
damn.
So that part don't move.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess people, because I'll be wondering, I'm like, for somebody to have a finger like what I was showing you with him, I say, how the fuck are they able to do this? Like, when we was doing these teardowns and these build-ups, I'm like, this motherfucker, like, he could take a fucking, them sledgehammers and still knock shit down. I said, I guess they find other ways to do things. Once you, like, lose something, you find a way to supplement it. That's
Well,
what I'm guessing.
you get used to it after a while. I mean, like literally, I've had multiple back surgeries. I mean, I could be one of them people that's sitting on their ass, and I could be one of the people sitting on their ass and not working at all, and just doing, oh, I'm going, sit on my ass and collect a check.
Yeah.
But like one of the things I told people, I'd rather go to work and be broke and struggle than I sit on my ass and collect a check. And that, like literally, what's so bad is sometimes some months I would make more money sitting on my ass than I did actually going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just something about sitting. I don't see how people can just sit around the house that long. That is just, ugh. You know, you sit around so long, you just you know, I just can't do it.
Hmm. I mean, for me, I work from home, so sometimes, like, you know, if it gets too boring for me, I get the fuck out of here and pass out my flyers and shit. Like, I'll be like, man, fuck this. I don't want to be stuck in this motherfucker. Because then that's when procrastination gets to setting in, and
All
you
right.
know, you fucking around and you fucking taking unnecessary naps and getting the
Oh
eating up type shit. You know, because you got everything right there at your fingertips. So whatever the fuck you want to do, you got right there. You fuck
yeah.
around. Thank God I don't watch TV, because then there go another fucking problem.
Right.
You know. So yeah, you got a lot to deal with at that time. Um. So yeah, I guess she say she'll be on in a. Well, she said that shit 33 minutes ago.
Oh man, I'm not worried about it. I said, like I said, it was a last minute show, so you know.
Yeah.
As you see, I came mostly to talk about that, and I see already. Like I said, I had watched some videos last night, so I already see it's a lot going on in our little corner of the world, as I'll say.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. I mean, remember, like I said, we're not on the drama over here, so
Right.
drama sometimes beats intelligent conversation out.
Let me see what we got going on.
Man,
Hmm.
that's what that is. We already know. And I figured, hey, man, I hate to say something, we can stay like this. You know why? We can keep all the bullshit away. keep all keep all the bullshit away. Thank God we're not involved in it.
You know, here's a good thing. I mean, hopefully we can go, you know, you got to think about it. We got like, what, about 2, 3 weeks left into the year, you
Right,
know, and then we go into a new year. And hopefully we go into a new year, new attitude, new demeanor, new
right,
plans, and new goals. Shit. Because, I mean, I think really, you know, I think you'll waste your energy, like, just sitting up there focusing on so much craziness.
right.
And see, that's kind of why I kind of like sometimes I kind of go off into my own little thing and go into the,
Right,
kind of go off to my own little thing because I got to sit and analyze what's going on
right,
outside of here and be like, yo, there's some things. Because, see, the thing is, man, I like the worst thing ever is like I've worked around people that were just very fucking negative, and that shit used to hurt the fuck out of me, man. That shit used to piss me off. Like, man, what the fuck is wrong with these cats? Like, I mean, damn. I have like 2, 3 people, we working together and we having a good conversation. And then you have some idiot pop up. It's like this motherfucker just killed the vibe. you
right.
know?
If I see it like I said, yes. If I see it like you said, another motherfucker wanting to fight, that's what it don't need. Please, no more of that. I mean, that's all I see every day.
Yeah. And remember we was talking about that earlier. Like we in an era now where people don't fight, they shoot. So,
Right.
I mean
But that's
shit.
that's a problem. You know, that's the problem. Most people, if you're gonna go ahead and fight, and
Right. Whoever win, whoever lose, and move on.
right, moving on like that. That's just what it is. Don't be sitting up here doing no crap like that. I mean, literally, that's what we did when we was younger. Not know, oh, I gotta blast somebody, but literally, that's what it is. They can't fight no more. All they can do is shoot.
Yep.
I mean, literally, like this woman that I'm working for now, falling out. Now she's trying to blame everything on me with this job I'm doing. Okay, you're trying to blame everything on me, but this is what thing you doing things to hamstring being done. And every time I look up, it's a lie or some type of excuse. But then it's, oh, well, no, that was just a miscommunication. That was just a miscommunication. This was just, wait a minute, I'm going to tell you, why is it always, every time it's a miscommunication, I'm always the one who didn't understand what you were saying. So you're going to tell me during all this shit, you didn't do nothing wrong. I said, see, I already seen the dumb shit that, you tried to pull. Then you try to call my friend to turn him against me after you called another friend of ours. Now, when me and you we had a disagreement. It ain't like we cussed each other out or nothing like this. You the one calling all the other motherfuckers. So here's the question: if you calling everybody, then who's the wrong one? Because you trying to call everybody that I know and that you know to try to see that they'll take sides for you.
Right.
I mean, look, you told me we're talking a couple days, so I figured we both proceeded. Instead of running, going to tell everybody, I just left it alone. First thing you do is run and call and tell everybody. Go ahead and call and tell everybody you want. I mean, plain and simple. If you don't realize that shows that you're the childish ones and all that, intelligent people know, well, wait a minute, I didn't need to go run and tell mom. This is what.
Right.
You say we'll talk in a couple days. That's just what it is. And like I told him, like I told one of my friends, I said, look, man, you gonna call me over some shit that this woman said. I'm gonna just tell you just like this. She full of shit and she lying. I said, that should let you know why the hell she calling you. Think about it. Why she so quick to call you if everything, well, she said you threatened her. I mean, for real. I said, little do you know, I didn't threaten. Why the hell I'm on? Come on now. I said, she'd have had it better off. She had more reputation to know that it'd be better off if she said that I hit her. Because everybody knows I'm not that type of person. You threaten whatever, man. When have you seen me threaten somebody? You haven't. I deal with niggas all the time when it comes to business, and motherfuckers get mad over any little thing.
Oh yeah.
That's the Section 8 motherfuckers. I deal with low income, ghetto ass motherfuckers all the damn time. Yeah, literally, I stop the owners of the buildings from fighting the tenants sometimes when hey, relax. I told them, they say, well, Andre, how do you be so calm? And these people, hey, man, little do they know. I'm going to just let you know, a lot of motherfucker talking shit and all that is 9 times out of 10 the one that did the shit. And if you don't realize that that's what it is.
Yep. That makes so much sense.
You just a fool. You just a fool. The loudest one, like I said, the loudest one is the weakest one.
Yep. Like I said earlier, real bad boys move in silence. And the thing about truth is, it sells itself. You don't have to sit up there and prove a point that you're a tough guy or that you or whatever. It's just, if you think about the silent people, man, you'll be a motherfucker that might be the nicest motherfucker on the planet. And somebody fuck with that person and you see a bad side of them, you be like, yo, what the fuck was that about? Yeah. You get to fucking with people, man, and you thinking that it's cool and dandy. The motherfuckers will lose they fucking cool in a heartbeat. Show you, hey man, you fucking with the wrong one. Don't fuck with me. So, that's a lot of that got to do with that shit. Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you plan on doing any more streams in the future, or like every blue moon probably?
Well, I mean, we get back. I admit, I mean, it all depends. Depends on if this next contract comes through. I don't know. I'll know something in the next 2 days. We can probably definitely do another one tomorrow because I don't think I'll be too busy tomorrow. I'm going to look at. I had to go over here. We got a gas leak at one of the units.
Oh,
take a look at this. I think what happened is the guy who was putting the furnace in was Russian. And the fact is, the furnace has like a left side lit, and they had the pipe came down on the right. And instead of them moving the pipe over and coming down that way, they.
Hey, did you ever? I think the last time I remember everybody talking on the thing, you was I think you was supposed to help Carlotta with some
Well, I
wiring or
told her I
something.
would help her on it. I would walk her through it over the phone.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
right, I don't know if she, I never did on that. But I think she had got someone else to come, and I just told her about how much it should cost, and I think she got someone else to come and gave her a better price.
Okay.
But I mean, like I said, a lot of that shit, if you know what you're doing, it's and one thing, especially now with the Hangouts and shit, if you got a good internet connection there, and you got a person that's pretty handy with a hand, you can tell them how to fix shit, or you can diagnose shit for them over the internet just by taking a look. I'm pretty sure that's, matter of fact, that's probably going to be the next thing wrong. Is you can actually, next thing, maybe that's something we should open up, little repair shit over the internet where that way the person can see you and you can see them and tell them what to do.
I'm pretty sure it's something like that in the works now.
Yeah, we need to do something like that, especially for the handling people that just need someone with
Yeah, because you might have some, because you might have some wiring that might be off, and sometimes person might say, well, you put this with this, then that person's setup might be fucked up because the wiring is fucked up. And
oh
then
man,
they trying to.
I've seen many times where you'd be like, these people, everything is messed up. Hmm. Everything. Oh, sitting here looking. Okay.
All right.
That's it's
What
been a
you
minute. Unless anybody got something else to talk about, I see you got 10 people watching. Anybody else want to join? They can join the panel. I forgot I should have put the link up there for people.
Yeah.
I figured
I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah, one good thing is that yeah, the trolls are busy tonight.
Oh yeah.
They're busy tonight. But
I'm
I
gonna
figured
hop off because I got some things to handle tomorrow. But I got your contact, so I'm gonna definitely be in touch with you.
All right. But yeah, I have to actually get ready, and I'm actually getting a little tired. Cause one thing, I've been up all day myself. You
Yeah.
get up early in the morning. You don't sit up here and say, "Oh, I'm gonna get up early in the morning and stay up late at night." Not gonna work. I'll probably be up, but then now ask me that about 4 o'clock in the morning. Watch me be back up again. But I want to thank you guys for coming out to the show. Please like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know that we'll be back, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for coming to the show, guys. Say goodbye, everybody.
Peace.
Peace out.